And test the mic since we had a little bit of reverb there. Are we good, Kevin? Okay. Welcome. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors and the national anthem. Please be seated. Welcome to the 2023 commencement exercises of Chesapeake College. I would like to thank Mr. William Thomas, Chesapeake College Associate Professor of Music, and Mr. Graham Gleckler, a senior at North Carolina High School, who will be majoring in jazz performance at the University of Maryland this fall, providing the music for today's ceremony. I would also like to thank the Chesapeake College Public Safety Department for the presentation of colors. Let's give them all a hand. I've just got to talk a little bit about Graham. He is a great talent coming out of Caroline County. He is the son of one of our leadership folks in our administration, and he has been offered various possibilities, but he's going to be going to University of Maryland after being accepted at several of the best music institutions in this country. So we were glad that he could share his talent with us today. It's now my pleasure to introduce the platform party. I would ask that they stand as they are introduced and that you hold your applause until everyone has been recognized. To my right, Mr. Reza Jafari, member of the Talbot County Board of Trustees. Dr. Blenda Armistead, member from Talbot County Board of Trustees. Ms. Mary Denard Turner, member, Dorchester County Board of Trustees. Mr. Christopher Garvey, member, Queen Anne's County Board of Trustees. Ms. Victoria Jackson Stanley, member, Dorchester County Board of Trustees. Mr. Nash McMahon, member, Caroline County Board of Trustees. And Mr. Milton Nagel, member, Caroline County Board of Trustees. Make sure I got everybody. On the platform to my right, front row, Ms. Karen Smith, Vice President for Administrative Services and CFO. Dr. Kamari Collins, Vice President for Student Success and Enrollment Management. Dr. David Harper Jr., Vice President for Workforce and Academic Programs. Mr. Robert Grace, Chair, Kent County Board of Trustees. Mr. Robbie Sheehan, Area Manager, BBSI. Tatiana Brooks, our Harrison Award winner today. And Mrs. Kathy Castle, Chief Executive Officer, Channel Marker Incorporated. I also wish to recognize our special visitors, our local county leaders, our state delegates and senators, if they are here, and other special friends of the college who may be with us today. With us today is Larry C. Porter, a commissioner's commissioner from Caroline County. Larry, are you in there somewhere? But I know he's with us. There he is. Mr. Peter Lesher is also with us today from Talbot County Council. Dr. Sharon Papukayi, Talbot County Superintendent. Mr. Mike Detmer, Dorchester County Council. And our very good friend Linda Friday, Vice President of the Chesapeake College Foundation. We are happy you're with us today. And also, last but not least, Mrs. Kathy Coppersmith. At this time, we would like to take a moment of silence to remember the Chesapeake College faculty, staff, and students who have passed away in this past year. This afternoon is made possible by faculty, administration, and staff dedicated to student success. Would the graduates and audience please join me in acknowledging the outstanding faculty and staff of Chesapeake College. Welcome to Chesapeake College. Bienvenidos a todos. On behalf of all the faculty and staff of this great institution, we are glad you are here. Students, graduates, family members, significant others, and friends, today is the greatest day of our academic calendar. And again, we are glad you are all here to recognize the achievements of our graduates today. We are also grateful for the resources that allow us to meet in such a great venue. We thank our students, our supporting counties, Kent, Queen Anne's, Caroline, Talbot, and Dorchester, and our state government as well for providing the robust support for our operations and our facilities that allow us to meet together for this celebration this afternoon. My name is Clifford Coppersmith. I am the president of Chesapeake College. I just celebrated my 5th year as a leader of this fine institution. I love the region, its farm fields, its forests, and its majestic waters, our rivers, and the great Chesapeake Bay. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve. But more than anything that I love, what I love the most is the people that this college serves. We are supported by 5 counties, the most of any college in the state of Maryland. And while we serve a small population, we provide educational and other services for the largest geographic region of the state, measured by land and water. Commencement. What an interesting word. For many of you today, you may think it's an ending. But if you really think about it, the word commence means to begin. And so it is. For all of you, this day, at the very least, marks a beginning. For many of you, whatever that means, it's already started. For those of you completing career preparation with your degrees and certificates, you are already employed in your professional fields. Many of our nurses who have already been working as students in healthcare have already accepted positions in our local hospital system or elsewhere. And many of you are completing credentials as you already work in your field as you complete your studies. For many of you, this is just the first step in a longer road that will include transfer to another college or university to continue your studies towards degrees in education, business, law, medicine, engineering, or many other fields, including in the arts and sciences. To all of you, I congratulate you. No matter which area you're in, you have achieved, and you have done so against great odds, some of which many of us up here on the stage never would have imagined in our own path to where we are today. While there are many positive things to celebrate, we know that the challenges you have faced in the past several years have been the greatest that any generation has faced in the history of this great country. And of course, some of these things are not quite over yet. The nation faces continued after effects of the pandemic, economic uncertainty, political and governmental challenges, and of course, serious environmental and climate challenges. But today, we celebrate, acknowledge, and recognize what you have all accomplished. So as a boomer myself, I am not going to give you advice, at least not a lot, or suggest what things you should be working on in the future. I simply want to recognize your greatness. I recognize the stick-to-itiveness, your grit, and your embrace of opportunity at a time of great adversity. And specifically, I would like to call out some students this year that are emblematic and epitomize what your generation is bringing to play. So if I could ask, I'm going to put these guys on the spot. Jay Sean Freeman, Ezekiel Edwards, and DJ Earl, please stand up. These are 3 graduating members of our men's basketball team. Region 20 champions, first men's basketball team to play at the national level. They were in the top 20 in this country the entire year of play. Coach Andrew Sachs, who led this fantastic organization this year, has described them as the finest group of young men he has ever worked with in his life. And I have to agree. Thank you very much. We also had some great participation and engagement by our Student Government Association. Fortunately, I don't think any of them are graduating this year. But I want to point out some folks that were leadership in our Uhuru organization, what used to be called the Black Student Union, Alexia Williams and Annette Demiso. If you're here, please stand up. They represent the best student work that we have seen in my experience at Chesapeake this year, which again epitomizes that our students are doing great things, they're engaged, and we don't need to worry about this generation. There's one of my favorite rock groups, and I'm going to date myself here. Hopefully there's some of you that will agree with me, The Who. They once wrote a great piece of music called The Kids Are All Right. And I argue with you that these kids are all right. The one thing I would like to leave with you with as I close is to consider always making service a part of your life. Whether it be to your family and friends, your neighbors, or a group or association you are affiliated with, please give a thought to helping others. As you will hear later today from people far more eloquent than me, we recognized individuals that epitomize the can-do, skipjack spirit that we hope we impart to all those who pass through our doors. The people that you're going to hear from later this afternoon have long and deep associations to the college and represent the very best that our alumni and friends offer the communities in which they live and work. And I would encourage you to listen very carefully to what they have to say to us and to put in practice the awesome examples they provide for all of us. So that is it for me today. I again congratulate you all and wish you well in whatever journey is next for you all as you continue to seek your goals objectives, and the lives you wish to live. God bless and Godspeed. Now I would like to welcome our commencement speaker, Mr. Robbie Sheehan. He is one of the greatest men I have had the pleasure of knowing in my entire life. He's an area manager for BBSI and Chesapeake College alum. Mr. Sheehan has had many professional accomplishments since graduating from Chesapeake College in 2009. He has also served on the Chesapeake College Foundation Board since 2019 and was the president of the organization since 2022. I give you Robbie.
Wow. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, trustees, administrators, faculty, staff, friends, family, and most importantly, graduates, thank you for the opportunity to be here today to celebrate this occasion with you. It's hard to believe that it was 14 years ago that I stepped across this very stage and received my associate's degree from Chesapeake College. A lot has transpired since then, and I'm really excited and beyond humbled to have the opportunity to speak to you today. I want to begin by sharing the story of a simple potato farmer named Cliff. No, not our president, Dr. Coppersmith, although apparently he does know how to plant potatoes. I'm speaking about Cliff Young. In 1983, a man named Cliff Young entered the inaugural Sydney to Melbourne Ultra Marathon. It was a grueling 6-day, 544-mile race across the Australian outback. The other runners were all young and fit, sponsored by major companies, and wearing high-performance gear for running. Cliff, on the other hand, who was a 61-year-old potato farmer, who decided to leave his dentures at home that day so that his teeth wouldn't rattle as he ran, showed up to the starting line in tattered clothes and galoshes because he thought that it might rain. He stuck out like a sore thumb, looking like he was more prepared to plow a field than run an ultramarathon. As the race began, the runners quickly took off and left Cliff in the dust. But Cliff kept plodding along at a slow and steady pace. His technique was unorthodox. He didn't stop to sleep like the others, nor did he stop to change his clothes or eat proper meals. His running, or shuffling, as reporters called it, was odd and received heavy criticism throughout the race. However, Cliff didn't let it bother him. Instead, he relied on his grit, determination, and belief that he could win to keep himself going. One day in, runners were stunned when they learned that Cliff had run through the night. They assumed that he would eventually burn out and drop out of the race, but instead, he kept going. And as the days wore on, Cliff began to catch up to the other runners. And day after day, night after night, Cliff advanced beyond the other runners. Still wearing his galoshes, on minimal sleep, and hardly any proper food or nourishment, Cliff won the Sydney to Melbourne Ultramarathon in 1983. And not only did he win, but he won with a 10-hour lead ahead of the second-place runner, shattering every world record at the time and beating out the other runners who had come from around the world to compete in that race. When Cliff was asked how he did it, he replied simply, without his teeth, "I just run. I run until I can't run anymore, and then I walk, and then I run again." There are two themes that I want to leave with us today: faith and resilience. My family, probably like many of yours, has its own share of baggage. My grandfather served in the Army Air Corps and was shot down twice in World War II and suffered from extreme post-traumatic stress disorder throughout the rest of his life. My grandmother grew up in Germany during Hitler's reign and lost her father in the war. My mother's dad was orphaned at a young age and raised by his aunts. And my dad's mother survived the streets of the Bronx as a young Sicilian in the early 1920s and 30s. It was against that backdrop that my parents grew up in some of the most fragmented situations, trying to make sense of some of the most unimaginable trials that the world had ever known at the time. My parents loved me tremendously, but they struggled to create a cohesive family. as they grappled with their own traumas as a result of their childhood and life experiences. When it came time for me to graduate from high school, I didn't know how I was going to provide for myself. I remember very specifically my dad coming into my bedroom one day when I was 17 years old, and he said, "Robbie, you're going to be on your own for college." I was devastated. I had absolutely no idea what I was going to do. Ever since I was a kid, I had big dreams for my life. I wanted to go to a top academic institution, an Ivy League school, and accomplish something. But those hopes seemed like they were fading out of reach. Enter Chesapeake College. Dr. Rich Midcap, Chesapeake's former vice president for student affairs, was my dual enrollment instructor for my senior year at Kent Island High School. And he had heard my story and wanted to help. And he, along with Mindy Schaefer, our former financial aid director, helped me cobble together enough financial resources to cover my education at Chesapeake. Rich also encouraged me that if I wanted to go to an Ivy League school one day, I could. If I believed in myself and worked hard, it would happen. Put another way, if I have the faith that I can achieve my dreams and the work ethic and resilience to see them through, anything is possible. Soon after graduating from high school, against the advisement of my parents, I married my high school sweetheart, moved out, and began working 3 jobs to provide for my family while going to school. I remember having to balance work, family, and school during those years, as many of you probably experienced as well. Trying to fit in classes when I could, trying to navigate marriage as a young person, and trying to pick up shifts to make an extra buck. I remember feeling like I was running an ultramarathon. The temptation to give up was strong, but there was something deep inside of me that said that I had to keep going, I had to keep running, I had to keep moving forward. I remember Chesapeake College becoming like my extended family those years. Dana Bowser, Amy Childs, Harriet Lowry, Dr. Ed Baker, Jerry Healy, Greg Farley, and most importantly, my wife, were all encouraging me to keep going and pressing forward. After graduating from Chesapeake, I attended Salisbury University, and after graduating from Salisbury University, was hired by the president to handle government affairs. I was eventually promoted to serve as the Deputy Chief of Staff and Director of Government and Community Relations at Salisbury University. And as a part of my compensation package, I was given the resources to pursue a Master of Public Administration degree from the University of Pennsylvania. While I was working full-time, it was an incredibly generous offer from my president, and it allowed me to achieve what I had set out to accomplish many years prior as a young man. Receiving the funding was one thing, but completing the degree was something else entirely. Every Saturday for nearly 2 years, I had to drive the entire length of the state of Delaware, from Salisbury to Philadelphia and back to attend classes. It's amazing my wife stayed with me. Those 6 hours round trip every weekend, in addition to my 8-hour classes, the unbelievable reading assignments, the harsh critiques of my teachers, and the weekly papers were grueling. But I had to keep running. I had to keep moving forward. After graduating with my master's and raising a total of $108 million while I was at Salisbury University, I was recruited by my senior pastor to serve as the executive pastor of our church. After being involved in ministry since I was a teenager and feeling a strong calling to public service, I went for it. I was ready for a new challenge. I'd like to tell you it was a wonderful experience and that it was the best decision that I ever made, but the reality is it wasn't. In fact, it was probably one of the most difficult and painful experiences of my entire life. I'll spare you the details, but it was not a good situation, and after a year and a half of trying to improve things, I said enough was enough, confronted the board, and resigned. I was humiliated. I had just left this amazing and promising career at Salisbury University and had no idea what to do or where to go. It was one of the darkest periods of my life. I felt alone, isolated, and forgotten. I remember my wife telling me one day that I needed to pull myself together, which was not exactly what I wanted to hear at that particular moment in time, but that I needed to just keep moving forward. Good things would happen. And as hard as it was to dig down deep and put on a good face in spite of the humiliation and depression that I was wrestling with, an opportunity presented itself. A member of the Salisbury community had heard what had happened and reached out to me to offer a business development position with BBSI, a national corporation that provides consulting and management services to executives and business owners. I was hired in early 2018, and for 18 months worked as hard as I could to try to do a good job for the company. I remember joining 5 chambers of commerce and working what felt like day and night for weeks on end. And in the summer of 2019, those long days paid off, and I was tapped by our chief executive officer to take over our company's Delaware location. And then 2020 happened. Not only did we live through a global pandemic, I got a new job, moved to a new state, had a baby, I fell victim to an assault, had 2 subsequent surgeries, suffered the loss of my father, my aunt, and my grandmother, all within a year's time frame. Some of you are probably thinking, wow, you have really terrible luck. And honestly, I was thinking the same thing during that time. It was a remarkable period of adversity. But this time, I knew that I had come so far. I couldn't give up. I had to keep running. I had to keep moving forward. Amid these trials, my character was forced to grow. I was challenged to forgive. I was tested by grief and loss and betrayal. I learned to live lighter, to not hold on to the things of the past. I learned to develop empathy for other people, prioritize things that matter in life, relationships and people. And above all, I learned to keep moving forward in spite of difficult circumstances. And the following year was awarded the inaugural Branch of the Year award from our company's chief executive officer. Graduates, challenges will come. Heartbreaks will come. But what you get to determine is how you're going to handle each and every situation that is presented to you. Resilience is defined by the ability to withstand or recover quickly from difficulties, toughness. Now, if we think back to the story of Cliff Young, he was definitely tough. He was resilient. And as a potato farmer, he had some of the best training in the world in order to persevere through the first Australian ultramarathon. Potato farmers, in particular, are a special breed. Not only do they work hard, as any farmer does, and try to coordinate desirable circumstances in tandem with nature to harvest a crop, but they also have to have tremendous faith that what they're doing is going to yield potatoes that they can't see underneath the surface of the soil. Too much water could rot the potatoes, not enough fertilizer could stunt their growth, but they won't know until the end of the season whether their work paid off. They work hours upon hours for days upon days and never see the results of their labor. So why Cliff? What made Cliff a world-renowned athlete at 61 years of age? Why not another potato farmer? They work just as hard. What made Cliff so special? The difference is that Cliff believed that he could win that race. He put in the work, and he did. Cliff had both faith and resilience. And as I think back over my own story, I can share that things are not always going to be pretty. In fact, I know that you will find yourselves in circumstances and situations that you didn't anticipate, and they will cause you to question everything about yourself and the world. But that moment or that circumstance is not the end of your story. It is only one page in one chapter of your story. Cliff looked like he was losing for the first 2 days of the race, but in the end, he won, and he won big. Each of you will experience hardship and adversity, but what will separate you from the crowd is your faith that you can achieve your dreams and your resilience to see those dreams through. It is your choice to say yes day in and day out to your dreams that will get you to where you want to go. I will say that you have an excellent track record already. You've successfully completed your course of study during one of the most turbulent times in modern history. Many of you probably had to juggle childcare, multiple jobs, manage financial challenges, and adapt to new methods of learning. But you hung in there. You stuck it out. You kept running. You kept moving forward. You committed to achieving your goal in completing your education at Chesapeake College, and guess what? You did it. And let that be a testament to you that you can do anything you set your mind to. What you've started here at Chesapeake is only the foundation for your bright future. Live your life dreaming big, working hard, embracing times of challenge, reaching out for help from others when you need it, but most importantly, never give up on yourself. Have faith, develop resilience, and keep moving forward. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Robbie. To recognize both your professional accomplishments and your service to Chesapeake, we'd like to present you with the first Chesapeake College Distinguished Alumni Award. Thank you for everything you've done for our community, our students, Chesapeake College, and the Chesapeake College Foundation. Where's our, oh, there he is. There he is. Now I'd like to welcome Mr. Bob Grace, Chair of the Chesapeake College Board of Trustees.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to present the member of the class of 2023 who has earned the 2023 John T. Harrison Award. John T. Harrison was a Talbot County member of Chesapeake College's founding Board of Trustees. The Chesapeake College community is indebted to him for establishing this award prior to our first commencement. The John T. Harrison Award is given each year to a student who has demonstrated the highest performance in academics, leadership, and overall contribution to the college and to the community. This year's recipient of the John T. Harrison Award embodies all those qualities we have come to expect from our recipients. Our John T. Harrison Award winner this year, Tatiana Brooks, is a Queenstown resident, a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, and graduates with a perfect 4.0 GPA. She will transfer to the University of Maryland College Park this fall and received the Frederick Douglass Scholarship, a prestigious University of Maryland award for academically talented transfer students from a Maryland community college. In addition to honoring her responsibilities as a student, Tatiana has served as a tutor for 3 consecutive semesters, supporting students in anatomy and physiology, physical science, and microbiology. Tatiana has recorded more than 300 sessions while tutoring 10 to 15 hours per week. Dr. Kimberly Samolsky shared that Tatiana's kind and encouraging demeanor has helped many students to achieve their goals. I attended a tutor conference in the fall where Tatiana presented. She used her time to describe some of the innovative tools that she has developed and uses to help students. Tatiana's commitment to the college truly embodies the legacy of John T. Harrison. Let me introduce Tatiana Brooks. Welcome, Tatiana. Welcome, Tatiana, and congratulations.
Good afternoon, faculty, parents, family members, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2023. Whether this is the final step in your journey or the first step, congratulations, we did it. Every single graduate in this room no doubt had personal obstacles to overcome in order to reach this very moment. Maybe people tried to diminish your accomplishments or doubted you. Maybe you had a time or two where you even doubted yourself. But no matter what it took for you to be here today, you all should be so incredibly proud of yourselves. At this time, I'd like to thank the people in my life that have led me to standing in front of you all today. To all those in the tutoring center who cheered me on and allowed me to have a home on campus, to all the faculty members, my advisor, Dr. Solano, and all of my professors, especially Dr. S., who helped me believe in myself again academically. To my church family at St. Thecla and all the kids I teach in Sunday school, thank you all for your support and prayers. To my mom and dad, who have always shown me unrelenting love, encouragement, and strength. All of your sacrifices have not gone unnoticed. for being the first hand I ever held, even when I gave you grief for holding on too tight. You will always be the first loves of my life. To Nuna and Alana for being the light in so many of my dark places. And finally to my grandparents for their unwavering warmth and love, who knew even before me that I would one day be standing here before you. You know, one of my favorite things to do is spread a little bit of magic. Magic that won't make you want to say, I won't grow up, oh no, not me. Magic that can, even if only for a brief moment, make sense out of this life. The process of navigating loss is truly an art. There are many things within a lifetime that people can lose, but guiding yourself on how to say goodbye to someone you had the opportunity to love and will continue to love is one of the hardest. There will undoubtedly come a time in your life when you will have to come to terms with loss and how you want to experience grief. Often, when we think of someone who left us, we think about the knowledge they imparted to us, the things they said and the sound of their voice. These unique aspects of them can be so pervasive that they sometimes play like a mantra in our heads. But that's when the mind begins to regret all the things we didn't say, ask, or do. When there's no ability to create new memories or uncover information not asked, we may feel lost. We question how to get through new moments without their presence. The past cannot change, but this fact does not mean that the present cannot. You must allow yourself to heal because there is ability to celebrate life and death. It was my privilege to give my papu, my grandfather, memories before he departed this world just last year. I made sure he accomplished some of his biggest wishes. I'm always willing to give love, support, and empathy because it can allow someone to push on, even if it's only for one more day. It can inspire people to embrace their inner strength. My papu's smile is something that I will never forget. It solidified the fact that for the rest of my life, I will never stop being a support system and advocate for other people's dreams. His memory will be carried with the many he impacted. His values will be passed on through the family he loved deeply and fiercely, a family that I wouldn't be up here today without. Throughout this life, I've had numerous inner battles with a seemingly simple word, enough. During childhood, I realized I had a predisposition to feeling pain in the form of a chronic illness. It happened to me. I didn't cause it, nor was I ready for it. Yet I'm a vital participant in something that I cannot govern. What many people find difficult to understand is that pain doesn't always get easier. Sometimes it just becomes more exhausting. The hardest part was learning that I no longer had control, because trying to survive in a body when you feel like you're being destroyed from the inside out isn't easy. I eventually felt as though I was a failure to everybody and everything in my life because I wasn't enough anymore. My life numbed me to the unpredictability of chaos. Only when I realized that my setbacks didn't make me a failure was I able to fully accept my situation and take back my life. I had to give myself permission to heal. A chronic illness can be compared to the childlike trepidation of having a monster that lurks under your bed. Even when it's not hurting you directly, it teases in the edges of your peripheral, always unaware of the timing of the attack, but knowing that the eventual outcome is inevitable. I learned that being in pain means waiting. Waiting for medication to work, waiting for doctors, waiting for people to believe in your pain. Ironically, I believe that anyone can fake being sick, but it takes true talent to fake being fine when you're anything but. Every day becomes a struggle with your family, friends, school, and yourself. I still fight, knowing that I'll never be cured. I'll have fantastic days and horrible days, and everything in between perhaps for the rest of my life. It wasn't until I could fully accept that a circumstance I cannot control may be a part of me, but it does not define me. I will continue to push through pain, fatigue, guilt, judgment, and fear, because the second I stop, I give up on myself. I'll wake up every single morning to, as a quote on my Pinterest board once said, continue fighting the exact same demons that left me exhausted from the day before, because that is bravery. Every time it knocks me down, and it does that a lot, unfortunately, I have to find a way to get back up no matter what. Chesapeake allowed me the opportunity to prove exactly how resilient I am. I hope to be an example for others that no matter the extenuating circumstances that give reason to believe you can't accomplish your goals, whether that be others, yourself, or even your own body, you can find a way. In all honesty, I've never really been too keen on the phrase, everything happens for a reason, and I've heard that a lot growing up. I've come to find the more fitting phrase to be, while everything may not happen for a reason, that doesn't mean you can't give it one. Struggle is the unfortunate price we must pay to progress. I choose to give a reason for all the pain, the tears, the suffering, a reason for the things that happened to me in the past and the things that I may go through in the future. I think when someone is able to find this courage, it allows them the opportunity to make an impact in a way they otherwise never would. I hope you all can give your circumstances a reason, and more importantly, give yourself the grace to make mistakes. Afford yourself the same kindness that you hopefully extend to others. I place great value on building connections because communities are only possible because of individuals. Others believed in me, so now I have the opportunity to believe in other people, as a tutor, teacher, friend, and stranger. No matter what you have been or are currently going through, your aspirations are not unattainable. You have the ability to accomplish all you need to live a fulfilled life. And if no one has made you believe in this possibility, let me be the first, because every single person in this room deserves to live a life full of happiness. I'll end with a quote from one of my favorite movies. Faith is a bluebird you see from afar. It's real and as sure as the first evening star. You can't touch it or buy it or wrap it up tight, but it's there just the same, making things turn out right. Faith can be a beautiful thing, and it can push you very far. But the most important person to have faith in is yourself. I hope that no matter what you all may have been or are currently going through, you are able to find strength in the lessons learned along the way and beauty in any of the broken pieces left behind. Again, congratulations on reaching this milestone. I have faith that you all will accomplish amazing things in this world. Thank you.
Congratulations, Ms. Brooks. It's now my pleasure to announce our 2023 Community Service Award winner, Kathy Castle. A lifelong resident of Talbot County, Kathy Castle is the Chief Executive Officer for Channel Marker Incorporated, a community behavioral health organization that has served the Tri-County communities for 40 years. She has worked for Channel Marker for 32 of those years. She received her Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from Salisbury University and her Master of Social Work from the University of Maryland with a specialty in clinical mental health. She went on to become a licensed certified social worker clinical through the state of Maryland. She is also a graduate of Shore Leadership Class of 2011 and Shore Leadership 2.0 in 2019. Please join me in congratulating Mrs. Kathy Castle.
I'm a little shorter than everybody else here. Good afternoon, graduates. I promise you that I'm the last speaker before you get to the good stuff. So take a breath. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the members of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Chairman, President Coppersmith, faculty, staff, families, and guests, and of course, the class of 2023. It is a tremendous honor to receive this Community Service Award. I know there are many deserving community leaders within our 5-county area, and I am beyond grateful to be recognized and appreciated for my work in the field of mental health and wellness. Today is a day about reflection and celebration, celebrating you, and looking forward to the future. Again, I'm aware that I stand between you and your diploma, so I appreciate you just giving me a little more time to share some of my passion for the work that I do in this community, and maybe, I'm not a boomer, but a little bit of words of wisdom from Gen X, greatest music ever, 80s. Thank you. See, that gets a clap. We like The Who as well. So my journey started, I already told on myself I've been employed for 32 years, so I can't say that I'm like 27 anymore. But my parents, who are here, my entire family's here, my 4 sons, my husband, my in-laws, my parents, and my mentor, Carol Grazer. My journey started, obviously, with my parents. And the thing about those two is they were teen parents when they had me. My dad said to me today, as I'm just going to say it, he was crying. He's a little bit of a crier. He said, I'm so proud of you and your children, our family, despite your parents. So see what he did right there? Teen parents, dad pumped gas. You know, they don't even do that anymore. You pump your own gas. But back then, they pumped gas. My mom was the shampoo girl in a salon. Yet they say, she turned out all right despite their parents. And I told him, today's the day you stop saying that unless it's a joke, and you say, we're the way we are because of our parents. Thank you, all you parents out there. Thank you. So I am a first-generation college student in my family, and so is my husband and his. My mother actually had to obtain her GED. So did my mother-in-law, actually, because back in the day, you know, having a child young was something that was not looked favorably upon. My dad received his high school diploma, and we joke, or I joke, and say, wow, I was there for your high school graduation, you were there for mine. We got a good thing going. I was born, and we lived in a trailer, you guys. We lived in a trailer, and they raised me and my brother with a great deal of love and a sense of family, faith, and work ethic. I was happy, I was loved. I'm a true Eastern Shore girl. And I had no idea life should be any different than it was. I'm not gonna lie, we ate TV dinners and watched Happy Days on Tuesday nights. It wasn't until high school, Easton Warriors, I don't know if there's any out there besides my child. Heck yeah, class 85. It wasn't until high school that I decided that I was gonna go to college. That would be my path. And do you really wanna know my reason why? Because everybody else was doing it. All my friends were. So I had no clue what I wanted to do or how I would pay for it, because my parents are like, yeah, there's not, you know, this trust fund for you. So I went to Chesapeake College. I came to Chesapeake, and I was 17 when I graduated. My parents apparently started me pretty young. So I came to Chesapeake, and I was like, yeah, maybe I can do this college thing. So my next step was I went to Salisbury, and I trucked on down the highway. I'm a professional commuter. I've never lived anywhere than Easton. That's either good or sad. I'm not sure. And then when I was I went to college at Salisbury, and I put myself through. I worked 3 part-time jobs. I would have an 8 o'clock class at Salisbury, and I remember this one day that I totally fell asleep, and my whole bag of Skittles was like everywhere. And if anybody had Dr. Sapola in sociology at Salisbury, he was not a fan of that incident. So the good thing is I had free room and board. My mom did my laundry, meals were cooked, and I drove this big Bonneville. It was a big car. Now I'm off track. Let me see. So how I got to where I am with career is, you know, you kind of say, what am I gonna do? I don't know. I think you guys get made to figure that out a little earlier than we did back in the day, but one day I was like, this woman had written me a note. You know, back in the Stone Ages, people wrote notes, not text. And she said, I had cared for her husband who had had throat cancer and had, you know, a device to speak, and he eventually passed away, and I would go visit him. He was somebody that I was a waitress, and he was somebody that was one of my customers. So I would go visit him at the hospice and eventually the hospital, and I took him a yellow rose, you know, right before he died, and just told him what he meant to me and how much he had helped me grow as a person. And his wife had sent me a note and said, if you do anything in your life, young lady, I hope you consider something in the helping field. So I was like, I'll give it a try. I'll do psychology. So that's how I got to that. And then right before my last year of college, in psychology at that time, we didn't have internships. And I was like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. So I found an internship, and part of it was at my organization, Channel Marker. And I fell in love with it. And like Dr. Coppersmith said, we work with clients with mental illness. And once I was there, I was like, I graduate in a year. Do you think I could get a job here? And they're like, I don't know. So a year later, I go to get a job when I graduated from Salisbury, and they're like, no, we don't have any jobs. I wish that would happen to me today at my organization. I had to wait 1 year to get a job at General Marker. I mean, I waitressed in between, but anybody that's employers out there, can you imagine? I wish. So fast forward, I got a master's degree at University of Maryland. And again, I commuted. My husband and I both did. And I was able to refine my skills more and work on my career path. I've now worked for that company for 32 years, and guess what? I went from trailer to CEO. I run that company. But don't let me fool you. I don't run it alone. I run it because I'm a small piece of a bigger puzzle, and I need a lot of people to help me, and I need business people, and I need my board of directors, and thank God I just have great people that are along my side to help me. So I share my story in hopes that I would inspire somebody out there, because the 16-year-old me, the 16-year-old Kathy, would never imagine me up here today looking in these bright lights, sweating to death, giving you my story. I never knew it would mean anything to anyone. So please never give up on yourself. Celebrate yourself today, and despite whatever circumstance come to you, we have no choice in that sometimes. The universe gives it to us. You can be what you want to be. So if you allow me a proud mom moment, this is where I embarrass my children. I am a big advocate for Chesapeake College. Not only did I go here, but 3 of my 4 children after today will have AA degrees from Chesapeake College. My baby, who's 16, he's really not a baby anymore, he'll be right in line next. So, but I believe in community college. I believe in as little to no debt as you guys can have. So, you know, be proud of yourself that you're here and that you're graduating from this institution, because there's so many community leaders out there that were right in your spot, and they're leading all kinds of places. So I have one that's graduating today, Tristan, so proud of you. I have another that's graduating tomorrow from Salisbury, that one here, Jaden, and I understand today is gonna be a teacher now at Easton Elementary. And my oldest son also went through Chesapeake, and he's in the management program at Shore United. So you guys go get whatever you got to get. Come back and work in our counties. We need to continue. So here we go. I'm coming to the home stretch, I promise. Here's my advice part. Class of 2023, and everybody here is advice I'd like to share. Use your own story. You heard mine, we've heard other stories today. Everybody has them. Work on what your story is, and I don't care if it twists, turns, the road has potholes. Be motivated by where you've come from and where you want to go. Find your purpose. What impact do you want to have on others? Find that path that drives your decisions and your goals. We all have a purpose. My good friend Carol would tell us all to find all. AWE, and if you don't know what that is, you better go find it as soon as you can, because what she has taught me is it's that feeling you get inside of all the fabulous things that you see. For me, a sunrise and a sunset, it can level me out like nothing. We're all around water. Water does that for me. I want you to leave here and find your all. You figure it out. Then you can text me and tell me what your all is. Have gratitude. I know that sounds like, nah. You all better be grateful. Be grateful. Thank all the people that are around you. Be grateful that you're here today. Be thankful and appreciative. Find power in strangers. Some of you might be sitting in front of strangers or whatever. Be nice to strangers. Talk to them. Find out what they're about. Take time to meet those new people, because you never know how much you can influence somebody or they can influence you. Here's another favorite word of mine, grit, G-R-I-T, rhymes with a lot of things, even if you put Y's on the end. But it is tough. Be gritty, not the other word. Be gritty, be tough, have passion, perseverance. I don't care what your obstacles are, find that grit. Work through adversity. We all have adversity. We all have a story. We all have bad days. We all fall in that hole in the road. We all roll our ankles. Just take whatever the hard times are, the illnesses, the grief, and turn everything into a learning experience. Somebody once told me 409 had 408 failures before that. I choose to believe it. I don't know if it's true or not, but there's a lot to learn from failure, and it can lead you to growth and change. Work on wellness and self-care. Who's going to take care of you if you don't? I know that's another mom thing, but I don't care. I'm going to tell all of you, take care of yourself. You better start sleeping if you're not. Eat good food, and be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself. We're all so hard and critical. How do I look? I mean, we were looking in our phones at ourselves to make sure we looked all right. You guys are probably doing the same thing. Just be kind to yourself. Make connections. I don't care who you are in this audience. You may say, I don't need people. Yes, you do. We all need connections. So we need the power of other people. That pandemic stole a lot from all of you guys that are graduating, or from all of us that are out here in the community. Please, don't forget the support of relationships. And don't forget your family. Don't forget where you came from. Family is so important. It's just such an unconditional bond. Have hope. That's such a powerful four-letter word. It's optimistic thinking. And it directs us to focus on good things that are to come. Never stop learning. I'm 55 years old. I learn every day. And I forget now because I'm 55 years old. I have to relearn it. But never stop learning. It's a critical life skill, and it's a driver of success. Find your anchors. I did make that one up. I like it. Anchors, here's how I define it. It's people in your life. It can be your dad. It can be your neighbor. It could be your Carol. Carol's one of my anchors. It could be your boss. It could be a friend. But these are people that help ground you when you start to lose your way. Because we all lose our way and we get into dark spots. But these people are supportive. They care about you. They'll hold you accountable. And you might need a different anchor on a different day, because some of them tell you different things. So some days you might want somebody to gripe with you, and that other anchor may not do it. So you find those anchors. And then the last point I want to say is community service. That is the word that I'm getting today. But I really, truly believe in service. Service above yourself. I think that might be a Rotary thing. Give back to your community whatever way you can. It could look like volunteerism. It's participating in something with other people in the community. It could be your work, your career path. But there's no greater reward than service to others and making a difference in the community. All right, this is it. I'm finishing, I promise. In closing, I am so proud of every one of you graduates, and I'm so proud of all of you family and friends here that showed up to support everybody on this big deal day. This day is a big deal. As you leave this part of your journey, be strong and be courageous. Life, I hate to tell you, but it's going to continue to bring challenges and opportunity. Have the spirit and the grit to welcome the opportunity and beat those challenges. Take in the celebration that today has to offer for you. And to the class of 2023, congratulations, well done. And now continue the journey to making your own story. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. That was inspirational. You're an inspiration. Your family is an inspiration. The work that Channel Marker does in this community itself is certainly an inspiration. I'd like to recognize a very special group of graduates. The students in attendance who are graduating today with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Would you please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all students have been called. Tatiana Yvonne Brooks. Susan Mayow Crossley. Ruby Rose Duvall. Michelle V. Era. Destiny Faith Everidge. Dennis Gordon Hall Jr. Michael W. Henry. Jamie Lynn Herring. Christian Paulos Phillips, Remy Q. Robinson. Congratulations on an impressive achievement. And now for the moment you have been waiting for, the conferral of academic awards. Audience members, you are welcome to take photos from your seats. See what they did there? Photographs of every graduate receiving their diploma will be available, and the photographer's professional are right down front. So thanks for helping with that. Will the candidates please rise? Dr. Coppersmith, before I present the candidates for graduation, I would like to once again acknowledge our outstanding Chesapeake College faculty. Would the faculty please stand and be recognized? Thank you so much for your service to this community. Faculty, candidates, please be seated. And now, Dr. Coppersmith, I have the pleasure of presenting to you those individuals in the official graduate record who, by recommendation of the faculty and the approval of the Board of Trustees, are completing all of the requirements for certificates for the degree of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Arts in Teaching, and Associate of Applied Science. Will the candidates please rise? Justin Mace Cassell. Dwayne Stanley Earl Jr., Basic Transfer Studies. Olivia Marie Ferguson, Human Services, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Olivia Colleen Grinnell, Human Services, Addictions Counseling. Denzel Elijah Kellum, Welding, Fabrication. Leslie Elise Moore, Business Management. Danielle Lynn Ott, Theater and Performance Studies. Sky W. Adshead, Business Administration. Lillian Allison Allen, Biological Sciences, cum laude. Gina Hope Justina Amarine, Nursing, Registered Nurse. Erica Riley Barrow, General College Studies. Paige Christine Barrow, Elementary Education, Special Education, Kappa Delta Pi. Haley Jade Bartz, General College Studies. Tiffany Renee Batson, Surgical Technology. Tatiana Yvonne Brooks, General College Studies, summa cum laude, outstanding graduate, Phi Theta Kappa. Kaylee Elizabeth Bautista Fuentes, General College Studies. Chelsea Rose Belcher, Radiologic Sciences, cum laude. Samantha Catherine Billings, Surgical Technology. Dakota Catherine Blanchard, Liberal Arts and Sciences, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Hope Danielle Blankenship, Radiological Sciences. Shelby Alexis Briggs, Liberal Arts and Sciences, summa cum laude. Brooke Ellen Brohan, Elementary Education, cum laude, Kappa Delta Pi. Yeah. Taylor Sheree Bussey, General College Studies, Health, Fitness, and Exercise Sciences. Brianna Nicole Kanan, Criminal Justice degree. Tristan Gray Castle. Presenting his diploma will be Kathy Castle, Executive Director, Channel Marker, and mom. Elementary Education. Melissa Ann Coleman. Nursing, magna cum laude, Alpha Delta Nu. Taylor Lynn Coleman, Business Administration. Armani Ashanti Cooper, Liberal Arts and Sciences, cum laude, outstanding graduate. Madison Loren Corcoran, General College Studies, magna cum laude. Madison Moore Covey, Liberal Arts and Sciences, magna cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Covey, Business Administration. Kayla Renee Creasy, Elementary Education, Kappa Delta Pi, Phi Theta Kappa. Susan Mayao Crossley, Liberal Arts and Sciences, summa cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Darby, Early Childhood Education, Special Education. Deanne Lee Day, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Gannett Demso, Liberal Arts and Sciences, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Lauren Eileen DiCaprio, Radiologic Sciences. Patricia Dolores Dobrich, Biological Sciences. Chase Houston Durkee, Radiologic Sciences, cum laude. Cameron Denise Dugan, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Ruby Rose Duvall, elementary education, special education, summa cum laude, Kappa Delta Pi, Phi Theta Kappa. Alexis Brooke Eaton, agriculture, cum laude. Ezekiel Moses Edwards Sr., business administration. Madison Elizabeth Edwards, general college studies. Erin Elizabeth Eisman, surgical technology, cum laude. Joshua Lee Ellis, liberal arts and sciences. Chadney N. Annals, early childhood development. Michelle Lee Era, physical therapy assistant, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Des Faith Everidge, computer science technology, summa cum laude, outstanding graduate, computer science technology. Allison Marie France, liberal arts and sciences, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jayshawn Kamar Freeman, liberal arts and sciences, magna cum laude. Jaleesa Ann Gardner, general college studies. Asia Tamira Bree George, general college studies, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Keely Shea Good, criminal justice, cum laude. Rebecca Elizabeth Gazelle, early childhood development, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Kappa Delta Pi. Dennis Gordon Hall Jr., technical professional studies, summa cum laude, outstanding graduate, technical professional studies, Phi Theta Kappa. Leanna Dawn Harden, liberal arts and sciences. Megan Louise Harp, surgical technology. Michael W. Henry, liberal arts and sciences, summa cum laude. Jamie Lynn Herring, business administration, summa cum laude, outstanding graduate, business administration. Jessica Arlene Hetu, radiologic sciences. Zachary Leon Higgs, business administration. Caroline Elizabeth Rose Hill, liberal arts and sciences, magna cum laude. Stephanie Rochelle Hill, liberal arts and sciences. Caitlin Nicole Hobbs, general college studies, magna cum laude. Marissa Marie Huff, physical therapy assistant, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jennifer May Heisen, radiologic sciences, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Bryn Deanne Jakimowicz, Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Michaela Simone Green, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Ariana Dorothea Jenkins, General College Studies. Madeline Bell Johnson, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Shannon Dale Johnson, Business Management, cum laude, outstanding graduate, Phi Theta Kappa. Angela Marie Jones, Accounting. Kelsey Lynn Jones, Business Administration. Alexis Marie Kemp, Elementary Education. Okay. Jessica Lynn Kilby, Technical Professional Studies, summa cum laude. Presentation by our own Jennifer Dunker. Ellen Renee Knotts, Accounting. Taylor Nicole Lindsay, Emergency Medical Services, Phi Theta Kappa. Andy Elizabeth Lloyd, Radiologic Sciences. Kelly Marie Lowry, Nursing. Ian Christopher Mann, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Jerome J. McKinney, Jr., Computer Science Technology. Taylor Leora McKnight, Liberal Arts and Sciences, cum laude. Kristen Lee McLaughlin, Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Kappa Delta Pi. Marissa Lauren Mengel, Liberal Arts and Sciences, summa cum laude, honors program, Phi Theta Kappa. Lauren M. American, Business Management. Theron R. Rose, Health, Fitness, and Exercise Science. Carter Andrew Nagel, Agriculture. Deanna Marie Parker, Nursing. Carolyn Elizabeth Pawalczyk, Registered Nurse, Alpha Delta Nu. Sean Richard Piero, Liberal Arts and Sciences, cum laude. Christian Paulos Phillips, Liberal Arts and Sciences, summa cum laude, honors program, Phi Theta Kappa. Morgan Marie Raleigh, Legal Studies. Samantha Nicole Ratliff, Environmental Science. Catherine Renata Riggleman, Environmental Science, cum laude, outstanding graduate, Phi Theta Kappa. Remy Q. Robinson, Computer Science Technology, summa cum laude, outstanding dual enrollment, outstanding graduate, Phi Theta Kappa. Sierra Alexis Rowe, Liberal Arts Sciences. Austin Lane Romberger, Business Management. Emma Louise Roop, Early Childhood Development, cum laude. Caroline Teresa Rosendale, General College Studies, magna cum laude. Natalie Catherine Ross, Surgical Technology, magna cum laude. Lisa Michelle Rue, General College Studies, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Olivia Ann Santos, Emergency Medical Services, Honors Program. Rebecca Lynn Shunick-Moxie, Liberal Arts and Sciences, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jennifer Lynn Schwink, registered nurse. Paige E. Sechrist, Liberal Arts and Sciences, outstanding dual enrollment student. Emily Brooks Shortle, Computer Science Technology, magna cum laude. Goldzina Siminuk, registered nurse. Candace Marie Smith, Early Childhood Development, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Nikayla C. Smith, General College Studies. Allison Myjack Spangler, registered nurse. Jalen Taylor Stafford, agriculture, cum laude, outstanding graduate. Connor Philip Steffi, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Theater and Performance Studies, cum laude, outstanding graduate, theater, Phi Theta Kappa. Rachel Leanne Stewart, registered nurse. Cassidy Lee Stubbs, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Megan Irene Stubbs, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Ethan Oravec Stoltz, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Okay. Crystal Ann Tita, Human Services, Behavioral Health. Lydia Ann May Thompson, registered nurse, Phi Theta Kappa. Madeline Casey Tischer, Elementary Education, Special Education, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jacqueline Gabriella Tona, registered nurse. Mackenzie Ann Toomey, Radiologic Sciences. Natalie Valentine, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Miraida Vasquez Perez, criminal justice, magna cum laude. Jaylin Elizabeth Walls, biological sciences, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Megan Elise Watts, general college studies. Ryan Christopher White, radiologic sciences. Natalie Anastella Willard, accounting, summa cum laude, outstanding graduate, Phi Theta Kappa. Eric Patrick Willie Jr., liberal arts and sciences, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Alexia Monet Williams, general college studies, cum laude. Carrie Ann Williams, early childhood development. Matthew Brandon Willoughby, criminal justice. Mitchell Allen Willoughby, computer science technology, summa cum laude. Gabrielle Louise Wilson, general college studies. Ayana Alexis Wilson, liberal arts and sciences. Ashley Jasmine Wojcik, business administration, magna cum laude. Gage Chandler Wood, elementary education, special education, Kappa Delta Pi. Christine Joanne Wright Gatto, technical professional studies, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Sadie Jade Roten, early childhood education, special education, Kappa Delta Pi. Megan Kayleen Younger, early childhood education, special education, cum laude. Natalie Nicole Arojave, liberal arts and sciences. Delia Ardell Muhammad, liberal arts and sciences. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Coppersmith back for the conferring of degrees.
Believe it or not, that's hard work. Will all certificate and degree candidates please rise? This is my Dumbledore moment. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Chesapeake College, I confer upon you the certificate, degree of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Arts in Teaching, and Associate of Applied Science with all the attendant rights and responsibilities. Here to welcome you to your new status as alumni is Mrs. Latalia Stewart, college alumna.
Good afternoon, graduates. As I look at each one of you today, it reminds me of where I was 25 years ago. I was in your seats here about to marry my high school or college sweetheart, my husband, who was also an alum here at Chesapeake College. Chesapeake's been a huge part of my life. I started my career right here as a work-study student. A short time later after graduation, I returned as a full-time employee. This year will be my 20th year here working at this college. So I would love to hear your stories. That was just a very small part of what I've done. Please share your stories. I'm sure Chesapeake will and have a huge impact on your life. I'm proud of each and every one of you as you continue on to your next journey in life. Always be peak proud. As a symbol of this new status, you may now turn your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, you're now Chesapeake College alums.
Class of 2023, I do not say goodbye, but I only say farewell. You are always welcome to visit us. I encourage you to keep in touch with your faculty and classmates and to remember what you have learned here. I also encourage you to continue learning and share your knowledge and values with others. We want you to make your mark upon the world and wish you every success. If we can be of any assistance in that continuing journey, give us a call or drop by for a visit or send us a text. Congratulations. I wish you all the best for a bright and wonderful future. Following the recessional, we invite everyone to join us for a reception in the Caroline Center. We would also like to remind everyone as you are leaving campus that the circle around campus is a one-way road. And we all want you to get home safely this evening. We would appreciate all guests to remain in place and standing until the academic recessional is completed. Please all rise.